Hello, Harigaru.
Hi Sagar.
As usual, I'm back with another problem.
Right, Sagar.
Yeah, I started writing a couple of years back,
Hmm.
and I'm writing few blogs and some posts on Facebook. People are liking it,
Right.
but I don't have confidence to write a novel or something. Can I become an expert of writing? It is not just small posts. I really want to write something seriously.
Right.
Can I become an expert of? I want to become a writer basically.
A writer and an expert writer at
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
So earlier I think it was considered that expertise is the domain of few gifted people,
Yeah.
right? But then there's this study by this professor Anders Ericsson, who's an expert on expertise, and he concluded after a study in various subjects, very diverse subjects like chess, surgery, dance, writing, music, whatever. And he feels, or his research concluded, that experts are made, they're not born. So there is a specific way to
Okay.
become experts. So the answer to your question is yes, you can become an expert.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not easy.
Okay.
So there is a method to it.
Okay.
One parameter that he found is that the number of hours you need to put in to become an expert. So he concluded with his study that you need about 10,000 hours of intense training to become an expert. Now 10,000 hours is a lot,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But then 10,000 hours is a broad indicator of how much time you need to put in, right? So it means that you have to be, have to really love what you're doing, put in sustained effort at it, right? So that's one aspect to it. The second aspect to it is the quality of practice, right? How do you practice? You just don't go 10,000 hours in practice. What they say is, of course, like, it's not practice that makes perfect. It's perfect practice that makes perfect. So you need to know how to practice to become really good at it.
Okay.
So what they do is what they call deliberate practice, what experts do.
Okay.
So deliberate practice is what they pick, they deconstruct whatever they're doing. They pick what their strengths are. They pick what their weaknesses are.
Okay.
Right? The strengths they work on and make them really good.
Okay.
Right? On one hand, they're strengthening what they already have and they can do well.
Okay.
But what they do even better is that they address areas which they're not good at. And they work on them, work on their weaknesses in a fashion where they try to eliminate all weaknesses.
Okay.
Now, this is tough work because most of us know what we're good at and we can work really hard and become good at it. But what you're not good at, or what you really don't know at all sometimes, is something you have to work on very consciously.
Okay.
So, deliberate practice is what you need to do while you are doing these 10,000 hours of work.
I have a small question. Suppose if I have around 12 hours free time every day, can I put 12 hours every day and make, because I can finish those 10,000 hours faster.
Right.
Can I do like that?
So deliberate practice requires a lot of concentration. So when I say deliberate, you are constantly mindful of what you're doing.
Okay.
So you pick a particular aspect of your practice and you work very deliberately on that. So let us say you're writing certain things, something you're writing today, and you want a particular outcome. So right from the moment you start, you are very clear that this is what I am going to write, and this is what I am going to produce.
Okay.
So you are very aware of what you are writing, how you are writing, through the process of it, which requires a lot of concentration. It is not like you're just writing whatever comes to your mind or writing very loosely, thinking you can, adjust it later or edit it later.
Yeah.
This is very deliberate, and you're saying, okay, this is the kind of stuff that I'm going to produce, very high level quality stuff, which means that you can't sustain this for too long.
Yeah.
So
10,000 looks impossible. 10 hours a day is like.
Is impossible.
You get
So
exhausted.
what they actually say, and because you can't sustain that kind of level of concentration, so what they say is, if you can do 2 hours of it or 3 hours of it, it's very good. but you have to do it very mindfully.
Yeah.
You can't, do it, in a very casual manner.
Okay.
You have to practice being deliberate, being very mindful.
Okay.
Go with a particular purpose each day
Mhm.
and say, this is what I'm going to
Yeah.
sharpen, hone, and this is a muscle I'm going to build. And
Okay.
that's how you will slowly get better and better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is, if you follow these two, and of course, most experts, if you look at the other aspects, you need good coaches.
Mm-hmm.
You need different coaches at different times in your career.
Mm-hmm.
You need coaches who will visualize the next level of skills you will need as you reach one level.
Mm-hmm.
You need a very supportive environment.
Yeah.
You need to be also very, very
Dedicated.
aware, dedicated, and very conscious of feedback. Many times feedback is very painful, but you have to take it in the right spirit, work on it, and work. And like they say, experts are typically, or champions are typically the guys who work the hardest, right? So you have to put yourself through the grind every day, and that's how you become an expert.
Wow.
So you can use it for your writing also. You can use both these techniques,
Okay.
and I'm sure you'll become an expert.
Super, Harigaru. Thank you so much. It looks very interesting, but practicing requires lots of hard work and
Yes.
determined approach.
Right. So you get started.
Super, Harigaru.
You're on the way.
Definitely, Harigaru. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Sagar.
Yeah.